Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Edwina once again. I am sure we have all heard about the wind that is blowing in Canada. This wind didn't start blowing just recently. It all began about 5 months ago when Canada set to work on reducing temporary residents. And then just last week, it started giving us how it's strategically going to get it done. And the first group of people who were hit were visitors that are in Canada and are hoping to change their visitor's visa to work permits. But there is more to this. So it is not just about visitors. Visitors is just one aspect of it. So let's listen to what it really entails from the Minister of Immigration and the Minister of Labor. Let's hear from the horse's own mouth.
After admitting more temporary foreign workers during the pandemic, the government now says it may have gone too far.
Canada, like many other countries, have become addicted to temporary foreign workers.
Over the next 3 years, it wants to reduce the number of temporary foreign residents from 6.2% of the Canadian population to 5%, and lower the number of foreign workers a business can hire, though it will carve out exemptions for the construction, healthcare, and agriculture sectors.
This also encourages employers to prioritize workers that are already here, able and willing to do those roles. As of May 1st, we are asking employers that after they consider and offer the job to Canadian citizens, permanent residents, and refugees, that they also now prioritize recruiting asylum seekers.
Some observers say it could help deal with the shortage of housing and ease the affordability crisis.
Before I continue, don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comment section, and also subscribe to be part of this family. Now, so like we all heard, the aim is actually to reduce temporary residents in Canada. Currently, temporary residents make 6.2% of Canada's population, and the aim is to reduce this number from 6.2 to 5% in the next 3 years. What it means is that even if Canada decides to not take in more temporary residents, the percentage still stands at 6.2. And out of the 6.2, there is going to be a slash to bring it down to 5%. So it means that those of us temporary residents in Canada are all affected one way or the other in this new policy. Now, who are temporary residents? So temporary residents comprises of students, spouses of students, people who came in with visitors visa and succeeded to change to work permits, and all those who came on work permits. All these people form the category of temporary residents in Canada. So anyone who is in Canada on some sort of permit, not a permanent resident, a Canadian citizen, a refugee, or asylum seeker, falls into the category of temporary residents. What should temporary residents in Canada be doing now? One thing I have come to appreciate in Canada is that nothing really lasts forever. So currently, temporary residents, especially students, have kind of a pathway to permanent residence. Okay, what I would advise is that if you're a student in Canada and you know the pathway you want to use to permanent residency, start working on it as soon as you can. Guys, start working on this process as soon as you can. Because whilst you are still a temporary resident, anything can happen. Unless you do not intend to stay in Canada. If you do not intend to stay in Canada and your intention is to go back to your home country right after school, this is not for you. But this is for those who intend to stay in Canada after their studies. So there is a pathway to permanent residency. Start working on that pathway as soon as possible. Write your IELTS and be in the express entry pool, okay? So that you are actually working on transitioning from a temporary resident to a permanent resident. If that is your goal, you should start working on it as soon as possible before anything unexpected happens and that it's no more achievable. Okay? So in Canada, you have to be acting on information as soon as they come and with all promptness. You have to be ever ready and acting on information as soon as they come. Now, this place said that when we tell you, oh, there's a pathway here, everybody should go this way, and then people start going, and then you say, oh, let me go and come back tomorrow. By the time you come tomorrow, that pathway is closed. That pathway is closed. So, if it's today, it has to be done today. International students contribute greatly to Canada's economy. You will spend so much and finish, and then you realize that you are not able to achieve your goal of transitioning from an international student to a permanent resident. So guys, this new policy does not affect visitors alone. International students are temporary residents. It affects you, it affects your spouses, it affects people who came into the country with work permit. For those who have already found themselves in some employments already, their situation is better. But if you are here as a temporary resident and you haven't found work yet, know that henceforth, it has always been difficult, but it is going to be more difficult because now the government has tasked employers to focus on employing Canadian citizens, 1, people with permanent residency, 2, refugees, 3, and asylum seekers, 4. These 4 categories of people are the priority now, talking of employment in Canada. So if you are a temporary resident who is currently in Canada and you haven't found work yet, it is going to be more difficult to find work. I am not saying this because that is what I like. I am saying this based on the new policy and how I think things are going to be. Because the aim is actually to reduce temporary residents. Okay? So, if there is a pathway that you are aware of, kindly start work on it ASAP. Let me tell you this. I heard of a lady who had work, who had actually gotten to the final stage of employment. And then just when this new policy was made, the employers told her to hold on. This lady had actually gone through the recruitment process. She is someone on an open work permit, which means that her spouse is an international student in Canada. So this person had gone through the recruitment process to the final stage where the job offer has been confirmed. And then she needed to do some paperwork and she is told to hold on. Guys, she is told to hold on. So if you are currently in Canada and unemployed as a temporary resident, you really need to strategize and see where the government needs people and find yourself in those categories. Some assumptions were made. So they included people in the healthcare, construction, and agric. If there is a way, if there are some certifications you need to get in order to be able to work in these clay areas that remain untouched, I think that is the best way to go now. Find yourself some certifications that makes it possible for you, certifications or training that makes it possible for you to work in the healthcare. And when we talk of healthcare, it's not just about nursing. You know, we have carers, we have people who care for children, we have people who care for people with disabilities, we have people who care for the aged and all that. All those people fall into the category of the healthcare workers. Okay, so if you are still here as a temporary resident and unemployed currently, you should be looking at that direction, because that is the only part that remains untouched as of now. Okay, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. That is why even this, you need to act on it swiftly. You need to act on it very swiftly. Now, this is what I have to say about international students who are now coming into Canada. Guys, guys, it is a difficult situation. That is the truth. Okay? It's a difficult situation. And if you are coming in with the aim that you are going to find work to fund your tuition, you may want to reconsider. Because with all these policies in place, it's going to make it difficult for newcomers or people who are yet to come in to find work. So if you are an international student who is coming in, come with enough money that is going to be able to pay for your tuition and your living expenses in Canada, at least for the first year. Have enough money that can pay your tuition and living expenses in Canada, at least for the first year. Otherwise, you are likely to find yourself in a very miserable situation. I am not exaggerating. That is the facts. Come with money. Come with money. You need to come with money. 1. 2, come with money. 3, come with lots of money. Money that can sustain you even if you do not find work for a year stay in Canada. You should have that. You should plan like that, even if I do not find work. Don't come with the mentality that I have money to take me through a month or two and I'm hoping to find work so that no, guys, no. With this new policy, it is going to be difficult. And if you come with that mindset, guys, you are putting yourself in a very miserable situation. So please come with money. Come with money. The second aspect is, if you are coming and with the hope of transitioning from a temporary resident to a permanent resident, then you should be mindful of the course you are going to study in school. You should be mindful of the course you are going to study in school. Because Canada has told you these are the areas that we need you. These are the areas that remain untouched as far as temporary residents are concerned. So don't just come here and study anything, hoping to get a pathway to permanent residency with that. The areas that were exempted remains healthcare, construction, and agriculture. Like I said, healthcare is diverse. Even people who have early childhood education were also mentioned in another aspect of the policy. Okay, they are also needed. So early childhood, healthcare, PSW, nursing, and all those areas. And then construction, plumbing, electricals, carpentry, construction, everything construction. Okay? Everything construction, because yes, Canada is so busy building its economy. They are still building. I mean, when you walk everywhere in town, there are construction works that is going on. So it's healthcare, construction, and agric. If you are coming here to study with the intention of transitioning someday from a temporary resident to a permanent resident, then please, these areas should be your focus. Don't come and study just any course. That will not be relevant to this economy. If you are coming to study to go back home to your home country and continue working, fine. You can study anything you want to study. But if you are coming to study with the hope of remaining in Canada and changing your study permit, transitioning from your study permit to a permanent residency, then your focus should either be in healthcare, construction, or agric. This applies to international students who are coming in and have the future intention of transitioning. Change your programs if there is a way to. Because the country is telling you this is what we need. Okay, this is what we need. So you should, if you have that intention, you should work in line with their needs. Their needs should meet what you have to supply. Okay? Their needs should meet the skills you have to supply. Guys, there's no other way about this. There is no other way about this. This is just the way to go. So please, let us have this in mind as we continue to stay here as temporary residents, international students who are coming in, and future people who are considering choosing Canada as a place of studying in future. Have the program in mind and then plan, strategize. If there are any certifications or assessments you need to do, start doing them as soon as possible. If you have to do WES evaluation and all rights and IELTS and all that, these things are not done in a day. So start working on them as soon as possible to help you transition faster. Okay, if you're an international student, don't wait to finish school before you join the express entry pool. Don't wait to complete school before you join the pool. You already have a program that you are coming to study. Okay, you are coming in with a program already. If there is a way to change the program in your school, if there is a way, please do. You may be doing yourself a great disadvantage. You may be doing yourself a great disadvantage. So as of now, the priority when it comes to employment in Canada remains Canadians, permanent residents, refugees, and asylum seekers. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But don't forget to like and subscribe to be part of this family. Bye.